Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Success Triangle. And today in episode 8, I'm going to talk about the S. So if you're new and this is the first time listening to me, my name is Peter Tam and I'm a DIC consultant and also a corporate trainer. And one of my passion is to share on personal development and how you can master the soft skills to be successful in life. And if you've been following what I have been talking so far, you know I'm talking about the success triangle. And in success triangle, there are three things that you need to master to be successful in anything and everything that you want in life, whether it's your career, your relationship, your studies, or even sports. And that is to master the internal communication, the external communication, and the technical know-how. And now in episode 8, I've delved deeper into the DISC aspect of external communication. And DISC is about understanding the 4 personality types, the 4 common personality types that you can find in people that you communicate with, and whether they are dominant, influencer, supporter, or compliance. And we have talked very deeply about the dominant and the influencer. And so today we are going to talk about the supporter. The supporter are people who are passive, but they are very people orientated. And so if you are a supporter, you are S, and you meet with a D, how do you relate to the D so you can get the best out of them? And if you are an S and you meet with an I, how can you get the best out of the I? How can you communicate effectively with the I? And if you are S and you meet your same kind, the S, what do you do? And finally, what do you do when you meet with the C? So are you ready? If you are ready, let's dive in and get started. So can you remember how the S is? The S is passive and they are people orientated. So they are very resistant to change. They are slow. So when you talk to them, slow down. Don't talk fast like an I. And my I can talk very fast, but when with the S, you slow down, match to their pace, talk softly, build a relationship. They dislike rapid change. They dislike fast pace. So with them, be very slow. And because they're passive and because they're people orientated, they are more emotionally inclined. So with them, it is not about facts and figures, but it's about relationship, building trust, and emotional expression. That is how your communication skills should be with the S. So another word for the S is steady, slow, stable, supportive, self-controlled, and secure. The high S, they are great people to have your friends. They are very loyal and they are team player. If you have them, you thank God you have an S on your team. They will be your greatest supporter, the people that you can trust your life with. So if you want anything done and you want somebody who don't backstab you, you have the S. They are people of substance and their greatest fear is loss of security. They have a high level of trust. And if you build trust with them, as you say, they are very loyal and you have a friend for life. But do not ever betray their trust, or else you will lose them for life. They will remember you for life, your betrayer, and you will never gain back that friendship. at least not to the level that you have before. And they can be very possessive too. I don't know whether you have seen this movie. Back many years ago, there was this movie called Fatal Attraction, and there was this lady who was very attached to that man who had a one night stand with her. That lady probably is an S. So S, they resist change. They adapt very slowly. So if they are angry with you, they can be very aggressive, but aggressive in a very passive way. So what can you do with the S? Build a favorable environment. Be genuinely interested in them. Ask how we can help them, the how question. And you have to be very patient. Draw out their goals. Give them time to adjust. And if you work with them, define the goals, procedures, and their role in the plan. Okay, assure them and have personal follow-up. Minimize perceived risk. They are not risk taker. So don't ever be pushy and aggressive or demanding with them or be controversial. If you are a D, you will have to hard time adjusting to the S because D are very dominant, they're very pushy, they're very aggressive, they want things done now and they want a decision now. But that's not with S. So since the S is very stable and very steady, and they are good listener, but they're also very good team player, and you're lucky to have them in your team, build their trust. Do not ever betray their trust. They are very predictable, they are very steady, but they can be very possessive, as we have just mentioned. So be very understanding and friendly with them. Their value to you is they are reliable and dependable. They are loyal team worker, and they are very compliant towards authority. If you are their boss, you can give them any instructions and they will follow it to the T. They are very patient, they are very good listener, they are very empathetic. They can feel you and have empathy towards you. They know how you feel and you feel like they understand you. And they're also very good at reconciling conflicts. Their possible weakness is they resist change. And you know, in this modern world, change is the only constant and the world is changing so fast. But they resist change and they take a long time to adjust to change. And they're very sensitive to criticism. In a way, they are also a perfectionist like the C. And they have very difficulty in establishing priorities. So you must set very clear goals for them. And if you betray them, they can hold a grudge for life. Their greatest fear, loss of security. So if you are the S and you meet with a D, what do? The S will view the high D as very argumentative, dictatorial, arrogant, domineering, nervous, and hasty. And they are intimidated by the D confrontational approach because the D are very confrontational. Although they will not get angry with the D, but if the D step on their toe, they will fight back. They are passively aggressive. They will get even. Well, if sometimes you find your thing suddenly missing and you have betrayed an S, well, you know, it could be the work of an S. That's how they will take their revenge. They will not directly confront with you, but maybe your things get missing, right? So they will withdraw and slow down the action of the D. So to have an effective relationship with D, if you are an S, you must try to have a direct communication with the D. Deal with issues in a straightforward manner because the D is very, very straightforward. The D, very result orientated. So negotiate commitments and goals on an equal basis, because if not, the D will step on you. The D will look down on you. You must show your strength with the D as well. So how will the high S works with I? The S will view the I as egotistical, superficial, overly optimistic. They're glib, too self-assured, and inattentive, because the I like to talk, not a good listener. So although on the surface the relationship will look good, it may not be as good as it seems. So the S will slow down the action and pace of the high I. They will avoid taking a stand and confronting, just like they will not confront with the D. So to have an effective relationship with the I, if you and S, be friendly, complimentary. That means, in other words, compliment the I, because the I like to be complimented. The I like to be listened to. The I like to talk. So listen to the ideas, recognize the high I accomplishments. Then you'll win over the I. If you're an S and you meet with your same kind, the S, you will view another S as very dependable, self-controlled, patient, kind, accommodating, and even attentive. You'll be supportive of each other, but little will be accomplished because you're not a go-getter, you're not very direct, you're not very fast-paced. But definitely both of you will avoid confrontation and you will not disagree openly, even if you have some disagreement. And to accomplish results, if both of you are an S, there must be an external party that push you and set a proper goal for you with proper deadline. So to have an effective relationship with another S, if you are an S, move at a steady pace. Yes, because both of you are steady and move steadily. Express appreciation because you're people orientated. Establish a friendship with them. If you're S and you meet with a C, the C are very, very detailed and very slow too, but they are not people orientated. The S will view the C as dependent, evasive, defensive, too focused on details. Even the S will find the C too focused on details and too cautious and compliant. And the S, although are similar with the C, they does not hurry and is passive. Both also reluctant to make decisions. But the S will translate the C coolness as personal rejection, because the C are not very personal orientated. They are not very warm. They are cold. Yeah. So the S may push a relationship with the C too soon. Yeah, because S like to have relationship, but the C like to have facts. So if you are S and you meet with a C, present the facts clearly in an organized fashion, because the C are very organized. They would like detail. They want, so be prepared for discussion. Expect the high C to express doubts and ask questions. So provide time for them to evaluate all the information before making a decision and remove any potential threat. So there you have it. The S and how they deal with the other 4 personality types. So in the next episode, finally, we will come to the last of the personality type, the C, and how the C will deal with the other 4 personality types. So till then, take care, God bless, and stay safe. Bye.